So what's new with the new DLCs? Well, we reached a few developer diaries, and today we're gonna have a bit of a look at them. First up is Austria. So they got Kurt Schnitzling. He's not looking very good. He was like he kind of like got in charge of the thing. And here's the overview of the Austrian focus here. Of course, did not load it yet. But anyway, there's some interesting things that you can get. Like there's widespread unemployment. They got phonics insurance, which is really good. Look at that. Look at that. That's some really good stuff. Recovery from Great Depression. Of course, it's just your normal stuff. The Treaty of Saint-Germain-en-Laye, however you say it. If I'm put up on the screen now, it's like this weird, it's no one really knows about it. It's like the treaty to deal with Austria, and also conscription laws cannot be raised beyond volunteer only. You cannot train, disband, or modify templates of units, but also gets removed in 1940. And then Austro-fascism, which is this little flag right here. It's like the general Austro-fascism flag. Stability, fascism support, and some online support. Let's see if we can have a bit of a look at this. So I put up the Paradox Plaza version, and it looks like what is going on? What is going on? Okay. This. If you can zoom in here. So it looks like, I'm guessing this is like here's the political stuff, which looks like the stuff dealing with Germans, it looks like, and also like the stuff, and here's the industry, and I guess Navy, if we get to that. And I think you could either, looks like this is like the alternate history. I'm guessing this one over here is probably where you go in Habsburg. You guys can see Habsburg here. Communist, you can tell because all the red. And I guess this is like democracy because of this stuff right here. And some of this is looking quite interesting. And yeah, I'm guessing this is just like the being friends with the Germans. And okay, that's quite interesting. It starts off with like 50% of the fascist and 40% VF. Okay, here we go. So historical branch is it's basically Anschluss and stuff. Basically, you can get some guarantees. It looks like get some, and then refine the stuff, and then either actually it's just like getting into stuff, and either you can basically it's like central powers and stuff. So this is kind of like historical, but it's just, I think it's just like how far you can get. But Heritage Empire, Second Brother Wars. Looks like you can go back over here and attack Germany, and also I think it looks like it looks like all of this stuff is pretty interesting because you can go down here and like attack these guys, because that basically looks like it's a lot of just like attacking stuff and making the Austrian Empire again. So it's pretty interesting, and trying and you get guarantees up here. And also okay, so basically there's the German Reich demands some stuff, so we can get people. It looks like, and you'll see, anyway, here's see if you can rearm over here. It's basically just not much. Here's the rest of the stuff, so you can either from the central powers or go down strength in numbers, and then just do some attacking over here. A war against the guarantors. Then Austrian future, and you can proclaim these stuff. So you can do some of this stuff, and then eventually go on the Germans and the Soviets, and then over here is so basically you can either seek guarantees or some other ways. So basically, interesting. So it's saying that Schuschnigg was very and tried to stage in elections to prove that people did not want it. So this is just like some just trying to like stop the Anschluss if you can, anti-Anschluss measures. So it's like just a special system, and then also the monarchist path. So you can start by looks like you can either Danubian Federation or go down the Austrian Empire, and either go back to the Royal Alliance and stuff by doing this stuff, and it looks like eventually going down here. So and then. Looks like you can reform this stuff. There's probably something over here that you can do, but it doesn't look like there's any way to reform the Austrian Empire. I think you have to go over here. Maybe some of the stuff, and you could So then you can get Otto von Habsburg in charge. Or if the Hungarians took them, if the Hungarians have already stolen them on the throne, you can get Prince of House Stamberg, Ernst Ruder Stamberg. This guy. It's just supposed to had an interesting life. But yeah, war support, fascism underlined, and both these men can end up going to king from prince. So just get better. So this is actually a pretty good person. And then you can either, this stuff down here is just it's pretty much the same as the fascist path, except you gotta do some other attacks from other people. Looks like you can gain size leisure. And then you can eventually integrate people. So I guess you just like give these people as puppets and then integrate them. Oh, that's interesting. So you can like subjugate people and they can become a vassal of you. So I guess it's a new type of thing, and install Habsburg monarch. And so this is just like a EU4 reference, but you can just like get free Habsburg monarchs in here by like like that one decision. But anyway, yeah, you can just like subjugate a bunch of people and just randomly get. Oh, Habsburgs are in the village. Came from the village of Habsburg. That's fun. Anyway, here's a democratic path, which you can either do by like holding elections and then seeking support from the guarantees, like the fascists, and then either the Alpine Federation, or you can join the Allies and then eventually deal with the Germans. So you can get like a bunch of these other different guys and get Schnuschnig again, Renner or Wiens. This guy, if you want to pause and see any of these guys, pause now. And you can go down like rearmament stuff. See, that's a different rearmament path. I think it's like over here. Yeah, here's the rearmament path and like the get a bit military. And then you can Danube Federation. Here you go, like the non-aligned thing. So you can either basically just like getting a bunch of Danube Federation stuff. It's not that important. And then communism, Austro-Marxism. So it looks pretty good. It looks like there's just a lot of stuff. You can either seek Soviets like normal, or just do regular stuff, and then it looks like there's encourage communist settlements, so you can like encourage communist revolutions and other things, and then eventually unionize, and either attack from those guys. And here's some Spanish stuff. And then here's the military. Yeah, I thought it was the military. So it's just like financial stuff. And then industrial. This is just the aircraft stuff. So army. Here's the army, secret rearmament and stuff. It looks pretty impressive. Pretty big. Yeah, pretty sizable. It seems to get rid of the Treaty of Saint-Germain like Alan and these two guys. And then here's the Navy. Which is funny. You can't even do it yet. And you get some. This is some interesting units. And then yeah, you can get it for a bit of money. But you can't even buy just the regular DLC yet. Here's the special projects. Let's have a look at this. So basically there's physics, naval engineering, aerodynamics, avionics, which is just like aero stuff, and land warfare. Look at all these little things that you can build on the tiles. I think, yeah. Although that kind of remade this stuff, so it looks a lot nicer. But and you can also build experimental facilities on them. It looks a lot cleaner now because you can you can buy the state building, province buildings, and whatever other stuff. So what it looks like is the old research button on the top bar is given a facelift. So this got 2 tabs now. So basically how it looks like it works is you can have these guys assigned to certain facilities, and the facilities eventually go to breakthrough. So I'm guessing, yeah, you can get like super heavy howitzers and you can just like keep producing so basically you just get research bonus, and you also get You should just get so super heavy howitzer personally. So it's potentially. So I think it's like the rocket artillery and those random ones you have to click on the little button, little button for up there in the corner. And you need these scientists to start doing these things. So it looks like there's the cruiser submarine, which is hard to get. Midget submarine, air independent propulsion, and some other stuff you can't really. I don't know. Flamethrower tanks are now in here. Interesting. Hopefully they buff flamethrower tanks. Military engineer. So it's like engineering tanks. Land cruiser. Oh, it's like that one the rat. And stronghold network. Which is interesting. As well as you end up getting the multi-charge large caliber gun emplacements, so you can just like shoot everything. It seems like this is gonna be kind of bad. Here's the super heavy railway gun. You can get this, and then you can also get some there's new types of rockets now. So you can get like either the surface air missile, the basic ballistic missile, or just guided missile. Interesting. So my prediction for this is gonna be like either really underpowered or really overpowered. Like I'm not sure. What are these? What? What are these guys? Oh, it's just okay. These guys are either gonna be really overpowered or really underpowered. I feel like it'll be somewhere in between. It might be useful. It's gonna be fun for like the. It's gonna be fun to like mess around with for a little bit. Okay, now we move on to Hungary. They got this one. It's basically just trading with Germany. Pretty good. National Defense Associations. Basically, this is all going to fascism. Levant Associations. Bit more. It's pretty good. Treaty of Trianon, which is really bad. So you can only trade with Germany. Looks like. This guy is pretty good. Region of Hungary is pretty good, except for the political power. And you also can start with Jaffa, who's oh, this guy. I remember. There's this like Hungary expanded mod that's really good, and this guy just has it. He's like the prime minister. And okay, so there's the military, and there's also the military. So you can either go avoid destabilization, interventionist destabilization, or economic intervention. So I think you could always be going in this one. Yeah, probably. Except you could also get like this other one. And this is just from my. This is literally just like a rip off of Hungary's expanded. And here's the Győr program, which is like a real thing. Continue the Regency, so there's just like this just this historical path where you can either just work with the Germans and demand some stuff, and do some other stuff. And then yes, there's just basically it's just like the traditional one, but a little bit better. And you should eventually form Greater Hungary. Basically, that's just what you want to get to. That's just like the general thing. And then also Gumbalist dies, just the same. You can also either go. You can also go down the fascist branch, which is just really similar, except you just got to do a little bit more wars and go Catholic, and you can get the Jafka in charge. Should be interesting. And eventually Franz Stasi. So you can get this guy in charge. He's got really good hair, yeah, definitely. That guy's actually pretty good. He's got like, yeah, I'm gonna be going that way. As soon as that comes out, then there's there's multiple monarchist branches. So you can either get Otto von Habsburg, Joseph von Habsburg, Friedrich Franz of Mecklenburg-Schwerin, or Karl V Wilhelm. So you can either fascist king, democratic king, and this looks like what is this? Horthius. So basically, Horthy becomes the king, which sounds like it could be interesting. And here's this is just the same as the other one. Oh wait, it goes down here. This is the Joseph August one. So basically, you're going to Hungary instead of the other one, the one who makes the Austria-Hungary. Over here, so it's a little bit bigger. It's quite interesting. You can either go Habsburg Alliance or Grand Alliance. So it's pretty similar to the Austria-Hungary Austria branch. And also here's the Austria and Hungary joint branch. So basically any of the former Austria-Hungary nations can do some of this stuff, which is quite interesting. So it just gives like buffs to everyone inside there. So I guess you're supposed to be puppeting people. That's interesting. So then you gotta do some of this stuff, and of course there's the Republican stuff. A lot of different Republican stuff. A lot of different communist stuff. The Lenin boys. That's the only thing I'm gonna matter. I'm gonna rush down the Lenin boys. The Lenin Fuke. Here's advisors. We don't need this. And yeah, that's all for Hungary. Then there's last one, Germany. So here's Germany. Oh, it's looking interesting. Looking very Hitler's looking weird. It's like color territory, color thing. So basically, of course, there's the bitter loser stuff we already had. MIFO bills, consumer. Oh, so it's instead of political power, it's consumer goods. So consumer goods will increase by 3% each month, up to a max of 100%, of course, and then it will increase more based on the number of non-cold states controlled. And if it goes up to 100%, additional penalties will be applied. But it is some pretty good stuff. Just military and dockyard and stuff. And there's also the Deutsches Heer. Oh, these are like there's the army, the navy, and the air. So basically, ooh, Luftwaffe is not very good. And that's a pretty big focus tree. So this is just the historical German focus tree. Oh my, what is this? This is only the historical and common branches. But sheesh. So here's something new, the inner circle. So basically how it talks about the mutual bills later too. So basically I'm pretty sure I know what this does. It's something like each of these have like you have 3 leaders you can empower, and then you go down each of their branches and either end up 2 of these by replacing Hitler or not replacing Hitler, but like they give specific components for each of them. So you just go like down here after you do the historical focus, you down here, and you can do some of these inner circle ones like promoting Goring and some of the other ones. And look at that military and industrial branches. It's huge. So here's like the military stuff, so either Panzer or go down to regular army stuff. I'm going Panzer. Really, it's interesting they got like these little things in the background. It makes it interesting. I guess maybe it's like historical stuff they do. And then so yeah, you can either go down Prussian Legacy and do some like interesting. You get do some other stuff. Operational planning. So basically just getting past the border check. Oh, and also they have a new different type of support battalion, which just adds a lot of defense and soft attack and more breakthrough. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's a pretty good thing. You can go down the Panzers and just max out. That's some pretty good buffs. Here's the Air Force. It's nothing too special. You have the dive bombers, tactical bombers, or Ural bombers, which are heavy aircraft. I'm going down dive bombers. Dive bombers is just best. And we also added Gongrim and Wilburg. Right, Mackerel. That's an interesting name. Looks like, and why are they blurring everything? So yeah, you get basically if you so if you don't want Goring, you can get Wilburg. So basically he was if you don't have he was Jewish, so if you don't have fascists. He was so crucial and competent, though Goring himself helped hide this fact. Okay, so this guy is just like the best guy. And here's the Navy, so it's pretty, not too big, but it's still pretty good. And just gives some good stuff, some good bonus. With this plans, they actually do something now. So basically, there's no mutually exclusive choices, but you'll be forced to prioritize stuff. So you cannot work on each of these at the same time. And once you started one on the path, the other one gets locked unless you completed the High Seas Fleet or Unrestricted Convoy. So you have to finish one of these things, and then you can go into the other side. So basically, let's say if you go down Trade Interdiction, you can't do any of these. But if you go all the way down here and do either of these sides, go down to Unrestricted Convoy Rating, you can do the other side now. So and go down this way. It's interesting, but okay. Okay, and then now you get some special projects. Here's the industry, so you can either go down promoting economic growth and doing economic growth, and then you can go down 4-year plan and speed run your economic bonuses. Oh, and if you go down an autarky, you can't do free trade or export focus anymore. That's an interesting idea. And you can eventually go down to total war. So it's just a new thing, and you can either there's just less recruitable population, but a bunch of good bonuses. And you can also go down women in the workforce, it just gives you more recruitable population. So this woman in the workforce thing is really pretty good. You can go down autarky. So it's just like. Or you can go down this one, so that you can get you remove your MIFO bills. So you recover from MIFO bills. That's a lot of that's pretty bad. But yeah, you can either go down, recover your economy and get some good bonuses. And so either you can like buff your MIFO bills, economy of conquest. So basically, I'll post this worm shaft if not, but it just gets you like makes you good for conquesting things. And then you can go down this one, which is just like they're pretty similar except this one has this stuff, and also like some of them are a bit different. You can pause here if you want to have a look. Anyway, now the political branch is so big that like the other stuff is just completely off screen. So you remilitarize Rhineland, and then you can you can either there's remilitarize Rhineland. You can start Anschluss and doing some of this stuff by Danzig or around Maginot. This stuff right here is the same except they added Liechtenstein. Oh, interesting. So the Anschluss, and they have some of this other stuff. Research Eastern Clans, and then the Baltic stuff, and then Sweden, and then France, Maginot, Operation Muschelbrunn. And these are just the same. So these are pretty much the same. They just added a few little focuses. But what's mostly over here is they added like SS stuff, and they also added the Soviet stuff. So you can either go to Molotov-Ribbentrop and do alliance with the USSR, of course, puppet Turkey, and then do some of this stuff. Or you can go down Anti-Comintern Pact and then do some of this stuff and go to war with the USSR, which is historical. And they added some new frames, so basically to show you which ones were historically taken. And then they also had this befriending Japan and befriending China, and also Condor Legion, which is kind of fun. And this is like the colony stuff, so you can get like Middle Africa, African colonies. Looks like Asian Reichsgemälde and the Proud Eagle and the Resurgent Dragon. But this one's really weird. So yeah, Berlin Moscow axis, which is funny. So, yeah, that's pretty odd. And then, yeah, then there's also it looks like after you go around the Atlantic, you can either go in on the, you can either befriend the Italians or not. And there's also the crossing into America. What is that? And crossing into America, which is quite interesting, and then reintegrating stuff. So it's just like a reorganization, most of this stuff. It looks like basically just, yeah, it can't be that important. Kind of just it's just different reorganization. Bribing senior officers, nice. And then here's the SS recruitment stuff. And here's some they added a few guys, and they also have these theorists and military high commands and some MMOs, which is really pretty good. They had some pretty big ones. Oh, a lot of them, and they added some new tanks. It looks like some new different types of tanks. We don't need that. And okay, that's everything that's so far that's been released. They finally released this stuff, so this stuff is out. It's gonna be out on November 14th, so this looks like it's gonna be quite interesting.